As Femi said, my name is Brandon Brooks. I'm from New Jersey. I grew up in Greenville, South Carolina, and today I'm going to share with you why music matters and how we can use it to better communicate with each other. On June 28th, 2010, I fell asleep at the wheel of the car and hit an 18-wheeler. I was on my way back from a recording, an audition tape for a competition to perform at Carnegie Hall, and I was just too tired and hit the 18-wheeler and flipped over a car behind it. It's kind of a weird situation. But the reason I fell asleep was because I was working late in the previous night, my first job at McDonald's. I'm sure somebody's in here worked at McDonald's before. And I recorded the audition early the next morning. Car was completely totaled, could have lost my life, and yet I only had one question to my mom. It was like, was my audition CD okay? She's like, I don't give a shit about your audition CD. What's wrong with the blood on your body? And I was like, it's for dramatic effects, don't worry about it. Luckily, the audition CD was fine. Next February, I was performing at Carnegie Hall, and it was the time of my life. The only way I could describe those feelings was through music. And that's why music matters to me and why it may matter more than you think. We've heard the term before, you are what you eat, right? But have you thought about what you listen to? Have you thought about what your kids listen to? Have you thought about how that affects our communication, our emotions, and our psychological thought process? We all know who this is. We all know what this is, right? You also know if you watch this entire commercial, your day is ruined, right? Because sure, it's sad as hell to see little Roscoe in the corner in the puppy shelters, and but it's that damn song, right? In the arms of an angel, and I lose it. It's completely done. I feel bad for all the puppies that I've ever walked by and never petted, right? Take my money, right? Take my money. But basically, that commercial is a prime example of how music is one of the most powerful tools we can use to communicate our emotions. I came across these images you're about to see in my research, and I thought it was very interesting. Mainly because the image on the left helps us understand how Sarah McLachlan's song helped them raise $30 million within the first 2 years of that commercial airing, which is ridiculous, right? But they understood the effects of how music plays on our emotions. It's kind of fucked up, but it worked for them, right? And it works for us in terms of communication. So with that research, I did a little research myself. So right now you're looking at the top 20 artists that I've listened to in the last 4 weeks. Shout out to number 20, Ranky Tanky, my teacher, Quentin Baxter, College of Charleston, locals, killing it. And next you'll see basically the top genres that I listen to as well. Going through this research, I was very little uneasy. I was like, I actually don't really know much about the style of music I listen to. And if you look at the last genre, I don't know what the hell escape room music is, but honestly, I'm kind of worried that I might need some assistance, whatever. And reflectively, next slide you see are the moods basically that are based off, and moods and emotions that are based off of this info. This is the part that's huge, right? Like, you could look at this without even knowing me and have a general idea of what type of person I might be, how I react in certain situations, what I might do in particular environments and things like that as well. The crazy thing is also that imagine if we used this type of information in our daily communication. Imagine if instead of making assumptions about cultures we don't know much about, we decided to listen to the music that they create, which coincides with the stories, right, and their realities. They're talking about it. And we just decided to take note and say, okay, these are their realities, accept it for what it is, and this is how we're going to connect, right? Like, I understand why you're creating this music. Companies like Spotify are already selling this data to advertisers to sell you products based off of your moods and emotions, which circles back to the music you listen to, right, and the shows you watch and things like that. So why aren't we using this as a society to better communicate if these advertisers and big corporations are already exploiting us for this information anyways? So I don't have shit to do with this slide right here, so I got a quick challenge for y'all. Can you ask the person beside you real quick, what are the last 5 songs they listened to? You got less than 20 seconds. This is helping me with my slides because I didn't have anything for this slide, so thank you. I love it. I love it. I did the same challenge with my students, my nieces, and my parents. I was surprised at how wrong my assumption was on what they were listening to, especially my niece, and the fact that no one has ever asked her what she's listening to. So I thought to myself, imagine if more people led with questions like these at the dinner table or in daily conversation. Imagine how much more we can know about our kids, our school systems, our teachers, our parents, our professors, by digging into what they're listening to. The truth is, as much as I love music, I respect its power. Some music makes me mad, angry, happy, sad, confident, but ultimately we all, as human beings, experience these emotions on a daily basis. So this slide right here is kind of a juxtaposition, right? I like how he's frowning and smiling at the same time in the background is music because it has that power to do that, right? It has the power to influence you regardless of the emotion, which I think is beautiful, but also can be dangerous. So we have to make sure we're paying attention to what especially our kids are listening to. You probably have heard the song, right? Like if I hear this damn song one more time, I'm still gonna sing the shit out of it because I love the song, right? But this is proof that this works, right? It might sound like a cheesy song, but these are two genres and followers notoriously known for separating themselves from each other, right? Like trap music and country music. It's like music's version of the left and the right uniting for one cause to get a new president. Just kidding, just kidding. All jokes aside, I'm here to announce that I'm running for president for 2020, so this huge book. But no, really, music transformed me. It changed the way I express my emotions, the way I process my emotions, how to communicate better, but more importantly, how I can treat people better, right? And that is why music matters to me. My challenge for you today is to consider asking your loved ones what they're listening to. And listen to a genre of music you haven't touched. Like if you haven't listened to country music, go listen to it. Listen to those stories, because I can almost guarantee you someone closer to you than you think has lived that reality before. Of course, lastly, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. My team and I created an app called Jive that helps you find live music. Whether you're a bar owner looking for bands, a musician looking for gigs, or just a music lover, Jive's got your back. Download the app, go see some live music. My name is Brandon Brooks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.